This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now. One of the men involved in that Ohio fishing tournament scandal is facing new charges. Meanwhile, a man got disorderly at a Steelers game. Unmarked graves at Gettysburg will get headstones. Also, this is one of the best cities for Halloween. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in a PA. Chase Cominsky and Jacob Runyon stuffed fish with weights and walleye fillets in an attempt to win thousands of dollars during the Lake Erie Walleye Trail Tournament in Ohio last year, reports the Associated Press. Both ended up getting sentenced to 10-day jail terms after pleading guilty in March, but now Cominsky's facing a flurry of new charges in Pennsylvania. State Game Commission warrants received allegations that between 2013 and 2021, Cominsky had taken a number of antlered whitetail deer either after legal shooting hours or during closed season. The accusations also claim he did this without a valid license. The commission charged Cominsky with 8 wildlife crimes in Mercer County last week, including unlawful killing or possession of game. The preliminary hearing for that has been scheduled for next month. Richard Bryant trekked from his home in Fairburn, Georgia, all the way to Pittsburgh to catch the Steelers-Jaguars game on Sunday, reports the Tribune Review. He didn't stay for the whole thing, though, because he was escorted out of the stadium by cops for being quote-unquote disorderly. Bryant had been swinging around a towel during the game, hitting the people sitting nearby in his section. But even after he was escorted out and was told not to come back in, he did. That's why he's now facing one charge of defiant trespassing and was held on non-monetary bond in Allegheny County Jail. There's over 440 people buried in Lincoln Cemetery in Gettysburg, but you wouldn't know that just from looking at it, states Fox 43. That's because the cemetery is peppered with a lot of unmarked graves of people who Lincoln Cemetery Project Association President Gene Green says may not have had the money to buy a headstone. That's why the project was formed, to find all these graves and to raise enough money to finally give them proper markers. Says Green, quote, "All of these souls that have been resting here with no stone were just invisible, but now we can put them back together." It's Halloween, everyone, says PennLive. And if you're listening to this in Philadelphia, just know you're listening from the 11th best U.S. city for Halloween in the country. So says WalletHub. WalletHub found the top All Hallows Eve spots by grading cities on things like Halloween costume stores per capita, how walkable they are, and their crime rate. The city in first was not anywhere in Massachusetts, as one might assume, but New York. And last was Birmingham, Alabama, which, if you're somehow listening from there, sorry. Happy Halloween may be filled with little tricks and many treats. For more news, check out PennLive.com. Also, please don't forget to leave this podcast a rating and to leave it an honest review, if you can. Thank you kindly, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll be back again for tomorrow's episode of Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. It's the spooky season, but updating your home with new windows and doors doesn't have to be scary. Right now at Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania, you can get one window or door and get another window or door at 40% off, and an additional $200 off your project to boot. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals to get on this one now.